Born ready. Call the meeting to order.
Potts,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Lash,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
And I believe next on the agenda, we have some minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for November 13th, 2012 regular meeting.
Second.
Potts,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Lash,
Abstain, I was absent.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Under new business resolutions this evening, we have bill number 2012-72, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Mexico Area Chamber of Commerce to assist in providing tourism activities for the city of Mexico. This is up for reading and passage. Bruce?
Yes, Your Honor, this is a contract agreement with the Chamber, and as said, for promoting tourism. To cover the details of the contract, I will turn to Roger Haynes.
Good evening. The attached resolution authorizes the city manager to enter an agreement with the Mexico Area Chamber of Commerce to assist in promoting tourism in the city of Mexico for the budget year 2012-2013. The City of Mexico would contribute to the Mexico Area Chamber of Commerce the sum of $13,000 for the use and the cost of tourism activities listed in the agreement. The council does have the agreement attached as part of the package, but just for the benefit of the public, some of the things that the Chamber does for the promotion of the City of Mexico is, of course, they do publish a visitor's guide and also do the distribution of that guide. They do regional marketing, especially in the Kansas City and St. Louis markets. They help us with announcements and press releases. They work several special events that, again, promote tourism to the City of Mexico. And they provide packets for tourists. And, of course, they answer many phone calls during the course of a year for people that are interested in learning of the activities in the City of Mexico. Other things that they do to promote Mexico is, of course, they certainly help with the Miss Missouri pageant, the Walk Back in Time, and if a person were to look at their chamber website today, they would see the promotion of the Sound and Music Play, which will be beginning shortly. We have with us this evening the Director of the Chamber of Commerce, Dana Keller, should council like to ask any particular questions. Staff recommends that the City of Mexico and the Mexico Area Chamber of Commerce enter into an agreement promoting tourism, and that council give reading and passage to the attached resolution.
I just have one question because I was
Sure.
looking at the budget. What did we give them last year? Because I don't see it on here for their last year budget as income.
Okay, I'd be glad to help with that, Councilman Williams. As far as the Chamber of Commerce, we have contributed to them $13,000 since the year 2003.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I move for reading of bill number 2012-72.
Second.
Potts,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Lash,
Yes.
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Bill number 2012-72, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with the Mexico Area Chamber of Commerce to assist in providing tourism activities. Whereas the City of Mexico recognizes the many benefits derived by the city, its businesses, and citizens resulting from the influx of tourists, and that tourism is vital to the economy of Mexico, Missouri, and whereas the City of Mexico acknowledges the need for more tourism activities and also recognizes the benefits associated with promoting the City of Mexico in tourism markets. And whereas the City of Mexico and the Mexico Area Chamber of Commerce desire to enter into an agreement to provide tourism activities to the City of Mexico. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Mexico, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the City Manager is hereby authorized to execute an agreement with the Mexico Area Chamber of Commerce to assist in promoting tourism in the City of Mexico. Agreement attached hereto and marked as Exhibit A. Section 2, this resolution shall be in full force and effect from and after the time of its passage. I move for passage of bill number 2012-72.
Potts,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Lash,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Under old business, ordinance, this is for second reading by title only and passage. This is bill number 2012-69, an ordinance calling for and establishing the filing date for a municipal general election to be held in 2013 to fill one 3-year term on the Mexico, Missouri City Council. Bruce?
Yes, Your Honor. The first reading of this ordinance was done at the November 13th council meeting. The ordinance sets the dates for the 2013 municipal election, as well as establishes the time period for candidate filing. Again, the election then will be held on Tuesday, April 2nd, and the filing dates will be December 11 through January 15th. And in order to proceed with the accepting of the statements of candidacy and establishing the election, we need to proceed with the ordinance, so therefore we recommend the second reading by title only and passage of the ordinance.
I move for second reading of bill number 2012-69
Second.
by title only.
Bott,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Lush,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Yes.
Bill number 2012-69, an ordinance calling for and establishing the filing dates for the municipal general election to be held in 2013 to fill one 3-year term on the Mexico City Council. I move for passage of bill number 2012-69.
Second.
Bott,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Lush,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Okay, under other business this evening, we have a staff report, purchase of mini excavator for the Public Works Department Street Division. Bruce?
Yes, Your Honor. The annual budget allows for the purchase of a new excavator for the street department. To cover the details and the bids received, I will turn to Kenzie Russell.
This is actually kind of on the order of a double substitution or double switch, in that the street department determined that our needs were for an excavator that would let us get into tighter, close spaces between houses and such, and would have a little narrower bucket. The large excavator we have has a 3-foot wide bucket, and sometimes digging around utilities, a narrower bucket's helpful. The backhoe that we had the smaller bucket, but is not real maneuverable in tight spaces, particularly when you get the outriggers set out and you can't spin around with a bucket and load something into a truck that's backed up against it. You had to pile it up and then remove, and just took more operating space. Also, the cemetery backhoe was in need of significant repair, and so we made the decision to essentially trade in the cemetery backhoe, sell the street department backhoe to the cemetery, and then purchase a mini excavator for the street department. We took bids, had a number of companies reply. We've got a table there in the packet that shows the matrix of features and costs for it. The Kubota excavator and the from Crown Power and the John Deere from Seidenstricker were the two low bid machines. We had both of those brought out to the maintenance facility where we could demo them, test them with lifting capacity and reach and things. We determined that the John Deere would be the better machine for us. It lacks one of the features we were hoping to get called twister wrist, which allows you to tilt the bucket, but the Kubota machine was actually a smaller machine that had been outfitted with a larger arm and larger motor, and it just did not have the power or lifting capacity to do the work that we thought that we needed. And so we're recommending purchase of the John Deere as the best bid, and as Mark Twain said, figures can lie and liars can figure. Depending on how you add the numbers up, the John Deere is the low bid if you put the cost of an extended warranty into the bids. Initially, we did not do that because some of the extended warranties were for 1 year, some for 2 years. So we left that out initially. The cost with the trade-in, and by the way, the trade-in on the cemetery backhoe of $19,000 was about $4,000 higher than we anticipated, and so we are recommending that we take the trade-in here. And the cost then with the trade-in at $35,200 is within our budgeted amount of $40,000. So we're asking for council authority to proceed with that purchase.
So what does this, you said something about charging the cemetery or for the street departments, what dollar amounts are you using for that?
We
had
look-
$15,000 in the cemetery.
I was going to say, we looked at the value there, and I don't remember the exact number. It was $15,000?
Yeah, we had 15, I think, in cemetery and 25 in the street department.
Yeah, as far as funds budgeted, yeah.
Right.
And go ahead,
That
Chad.
number was based on estimates we got on the value of the street department's backhoe and the value of the cemetery backhoe. And that $15,000 was the difference in between those two machines.
Yeah.
So to say that $40,000 has been allocated for it, that's 15 and 25?
That is correct.
Okay, from two
With-
separate.
Right, with the trade-in of the cemetery piece of equipment, which has a value $15,000 less than if we traded off the better backhoe, which we're keeping and giving to the cemetery. But they're paying for it.
Which was a smart move.
And it would still be available to the street department if the
It
circumstances
would be.
arose where we
In
needed
fact, we swap those back and forth currently.
We've
I
done
think-
similar transactions with public safety vehicles whenever the airport needed a new vehicle, rather than we take a better public safety vehicle, put it out at the airport, then trade in the airport car, so that we're keeping better vehicles within the fleet. So we're doing that to keep better equipment within the whole operation.
That's the reason the airport car looks like a police car.
Yes, it was.
I'll make a motion, we buy the John Deere with the 50D from Steinstruck Implement.
Second.
Bud,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Lush,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
And next, we have the claims.
Move we pay the bills.
Second.
Bud,
Yes.
Nichols,
Yes.
Lush,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Next, we have council comments. Councilman Botts.
I don't believe I have anything this evening.
I got two things that are kind of together. We had our first meeting of the Comprehensive Plan Advisory Committee, and I think that's going to be a very good thing. And tying into that, I'm going to say we appreciate the Chamber, and the Chamber has hosted other events for the city. So when we give them, when we pass this money earlier to help them, I mean, they actually do stuff for us. So, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's it.
Well, Chief, once again, your public safety, first responders came through in flying colors with their assistance on the ambulance the other night. And I have to apologize for the cold weather. I brought my snowblower out of the back shed last Friday, so I think I may put it back there again. That's all I've got.
Councilman Miller.
To follow up on Councilman Bott's comments, I don't have anything either.
I was like, losing my mind.
Your Honor, on December 10th, we will have a work session at 6 p.m. on that meeting, and we will, Kenzie will be talking about sewer defects on private portions of the collection system.
Whoa. Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Exciting.
I'm not missing that.
Can you repeat that? I gotta get that on my calendar.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be a
Film at 11.
Oh, I would suggest maybe a no-dose, no. That's all I have.
Okay, I have a few things here. I apologize for missing the last meeting, but we do have a challenge out there for the community to raise some money for our food bank, and I don't know how that's going, but
$1,000 as of Friday.
how much?
4,000
Well, that's great.
pounds.
4,000 pounds? Well, that's a good,
Pounds.
that's a good start. A very good start, so we should certainly encourage all to participate if they can, so it's a very worthwhile thing for our community. Just to compliment, I've seen cuts in roads many times. Of course, I work for a company that was responsible for cutting through roads from time to time, but out on Lake Road, they cut in a new pipe under the road, and I got to tell you how smooth it is. I expected there to be a permanent bump there, and it's really smooth, so a thank you to those guys who were able to get that smooth through there. And the third thing is, I think we probably should make some comment about the odor at Hawthorne School and how that's been resolved, or what has the city done to deal with that issue. I think we as council members all got packets on that, so maybe we're going to make a comment as to what happened there.
Right. We did receive, as you had mentioned, a concern from a citizen reference order at the Hawthorne School. We have offered the school all the assistance that we can help them with. They have inspected the sewer lines as far as in the area, televised them, and there are absolutely no defects that would cause anything to that nature. We've also offered all the assistance from the building department in regards to looking at anything that may be, done wrong or whatever, and I think they've been out and looked at some of that and have found, so from our part, we have found nothing as far as from the city side of anything that we could do. But again, I've also called the superintendent personally and let them know that if there's anything the city can do to help them investigate this and identify the source, we'll assist in any way we can.
Yeah, I understand this basically started when they put the new addition on.
That's what it
There,
sounds
I think,
like, yeah.
Something probably not hooked up properly or something in there, but anyway, thank you for your follow-up on that. So, are there any public comments? Hearing none, I move we adjourn.
Second.
Bott,
Yes.
Nichols,
yes.
Lush,
Yes.
Williams,
Yes.
Miller.
Yes.
Should have missed it.